I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're at the Donut Hole. This gem has been here since 1968. So I figured the classic raised and glazed will be one of our control donuts. This is a pillowy cloud. It's so light and fluffy. There's a little bit of artificial butter flavor that's throwing me off a little bit. 8. Our next control donut is going to be a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting. This is my husband's favorite donut. I like the fudgy frosting and the fact that it's not overly sweet, but this is really dry. 4. Next we have their classic donut holes. I couldn't go to the donut hole without getting donut holes. I love that they give you this little stick. These are incredible. It's a perfectly executed pink sprinkle donut in bite-sized form. 10. Next we have the fattest tiger tail I've ever seen in my life. This guy is fried to perfection. I'm getting lots of honey flavor, and the cinnamon sugar in the stripe really comes through. 9. Next we have this adorable rainbow donut. I'm not sure what flavor this is supposed to be. You see how airy that is? This is just a vanilla icing. It's not too sweet. 10. Last we have their strawberry donut. The donut's really good and it is strawberry season, but the whipped cream is giving canned whipped cream. 6. Overall, I'm giving the donut hole an 8 out of 10. I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're at the Doughnut Man. This legend was opened in 1972 by Jim Nakano and his wife Miyoko. Let's start with our control donut. This is a classic raised and glazed. This has the perfect density and level of sweetness to it. 10. Now we have our second control donut. This is a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting. It's soft on the inside, crisp on the outside. This is the perfect cake donut. 10. Next we have one of their most famous donuts. This is their tiger tail. I'm gonna call him Drake. I'm gonna cry, it's so good. This is the kind of donut that really tastes fried in a good way. There's a nice crisp icing on the outside. The cinnamon sugar twist is delicious. Strong 10. 20. Next we have a buttermilk. I like that they do it in a little log. This has a crumb cake texture with a really crisp outside. So much buttermilk flavor as well. 10. Next we have their apple donut. Doughnut Man's Rys Donuts are so heavenly, and this has an apple pie filling. I'm coming across as a Doughnut Man stan, so I guess 9? I don't know. It's a 10. I saved the legendary strawberry donut for last. They put so many strawberries in this thing. They only have this when it's actually strawberry season, and these are like the best strawberries ever. The strawberries are perfectly ripe and juicy. Donut is actually quite thin and, cut in half to fit the strawberries inside, but it's so light, it melts in your mouth. Strong 10. Overall, I give the Doughnut Man a 10 out of 10. I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're at California Donuts. This family-owned shop has been open 24/7 since 1982. We're gonna start with our control donut. This is just a plain glazed. Some of you were confused what I mean by control donut. These are just 2 classic flavors that I'm gonna try at every shop. It's light, it's fluffy, it's fresh. My only complaint is that the glaze is a little bit inconsistent. Like on the sides, it doesn't really have much glaze, and then there's like a little bit too much on the top. 7. This is our second control donut. It's a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting. California Donuts has the gold standard of chocolate cake chocolate frosting in my opinion. The cake is super moist, but it's crispy on the outside. Icing is fudgy, it's not too sweet. Perfect 10. Next up we have De La Rosa, which if you're unfamiliar is a Mexican peanut candy. They nailed the flavor. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they used marzipan in the icing. Wish there was a hint of salt to balance out the sweet, but this is still an 8. Next up we have their tiger tail. I like the crispy icing and the touch of cinnamon, but this is really dry. 5. Next we have the strawberry shortcake crumble. This crumb topping reminds me of those Good Humor strawberry ice cream bars. This donut is a little more dense than the other ones though. 7. Last, we have one of their most popular donuts. This is their Panda. I don't love the thick layer of white chocolate on top. The Oreos are soft. It's adorable and fresh, but it's like a 5. Overall, I'm giving California Donuts a 7.5 out of 10. This is the best chocolate cake donut we've had so far though.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we were at Old Ferry Donut. They first opened in Korea in 2016, but now have 3 locations in LA.
Old Ferry does not have our plain glazed control donut, but they do have this coconut donut. Okay, I was not expecting it to be filled with coconut cream. I'm kind of speechless right now. This is a perfect, fresh, golden raised donut filled with real coconut cream. It's subtle in flavor, it's not overly sweet. 10. Next, we have their Choco Crunchy Cake, which is basically our second control donut, a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting. Flavor is there, it's moist, it has a very soft crumb cake texture. Personally, I don't love the crunchies on top, I think it would be better without them. This is still a 7.
Next, we have their signature flavor. This is the creme brulee ball.
I love the crunchy brulee top. The filling just tastes like vanilla pudding to me. A little bit too much cornstarch going on. This is like a 6.5. Next, we have their peanut butter. I didn't realize this one has a filling! Icing on top is good, but this filling is great. It tastes like peanut butter fudge. This has a great sweet salt balance, giving it an 8.
Next, we have their milk cream ball.
If you've ever had a malasada, this is the same composition. It's a thin donut shell dusted with sugar and filled with cream. It tastes like fresh whipped cream with a little bit of sea salt. 10.
And finally, we have tiramisu.
I think this is super creative with the cocoa powder, the cream filling, the coffee icing. I don't know if it's giving tiramisu though. The coffee icing kind of tastes like butterscotch. It's still really good. I'm giving this an 8. I usually eat my donuts with coffee, but I thought it was really cute that Old Ferry sells homemade milk, flavored milk. Pretty sure this has heavy cream in it. Overall, I'm giving Old Ferry an 8 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're at the world famous Randy's Donuts. Randy's currently has 10 shops in LA, but I had to come to the original in Inglewood, which opened in 1952.
We're gonna start with our classic raised and glazed. This is a fluffy, melt-in-your-mouth golden cloud. Perfect, delicate crunch from the glaze. 10. Our second control donut, the chocolate cake chocolate frosting, aka Devil's Food. The donut is very dry, almost spongy. The chocolate icing is chalky in flavor. 2.
Next, we have their lemon old fashioned.
The lemon is very artificial. It almost tastes like a lemon head candy. I don't hate it. I kind of just wish it was real lemon. This is a fantastic old-fashioned donut though. 7. Next up, we have their cream-filled maple long john. Icing is super thick, it like sticks to the roof of your mouth. The rest of the donut is unfrosted and the cream is not too sweet, so this thick maple icing works so well. It's super artificial maple, but I don't really care. 9.
Next we have the strawberry jelly filled.
It's no Doughnut Man, but there's definitely real strawberries in here. The donut is fresh and fluffy, it has just the right amount of sweetness. 8.
Last we have Fruity Pebbles.
I really think raised donuts are where Randy's shines because this is another fantastic donut. I also really like the fudgy chocolate icing. Fruity Pebbles with chocolate though is a choice. 5. Fun fact, Snoop Dogg played a concert in the parking lot of Randy's one time. Overall, I'm giving Randy's Donuts a 7.5 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're at Simone's Donuts in Long Beach. They've been open 24/7 since the 80s and are owned and operated by 2 generations of the Eat family.
Starting with our classic raised and glazed. dough is a little bit more dense than I prefer, but it's still nice and fluffy and it has the perfect amount of glaze. 7.
Next, we have our second control donut. This is a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting.
This is one of the best chocolate cake chocolate frosting donuts in Los Angeles. The exterior has a delicate crisp, but it's super moist and cakey on the inside. They only use a little bit of frosting, and that's just the amount that it needs. 10.
Next, we have their tiger tail.
It's a little unhinged to glaze a tiger tail with maple and top it with chocolate chips, but here we are. There's a lot going on here and it's a little bit dry, but I love how thick this cinnamon stripe is.
Look at that.
6. I decided to fuck around and get one of their vegan donuts.
The cake is super moist. The icing is amazing.
No one would ever know that this is vegan. It tastes exactly like the other cake donut. 10.
Next, we have their cronut.
This is one of Simone's most popular donuts for a reason.
Look at those layers.
They nailed the croissant texture. It's not too sweet. For me, it does have an oily aftertaste, but this is still an 8.
Last up, we have a maple bar.
The very sweet lady working said this is her favorite donut. This is so light and fluffy, it melts in your mouth. And this frosting tastes like real maple. 10.
She also gave me some free donut holes.
Did I mention that all of this was $10? Overall, I'm giving Simone's Donuts a 9 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're at Sidecar Donuts and Coffee. They use really nice ingredients and fry their donuts in small batches all day long.
Starting with our classic raised and glazed, or in Sidecar's case, vanilla bean glazed. Tastes like a bread. A high quality bread with real vanilla bean, but a bread.
Density is just not right.
4.
Sidecar does not do any chocolate cake donuts, but they did have this mint chocolate chip bullseye.
Okay, I think this is filled, so the dark chocolate glaze is incredible. I love this mint pudding inside, and the cream on top is delicious. But the donut.
I get what they're trying to do, but this is a bread.
6. I feel like this next one might be a better judge of cake donuts. This is their very popular butter and salt. Wow, this is crisp on the outside, moist on the inside with a nice delicate crumb. It has a brown butter glaze and fleur de sel, so it's super salty. 10. Sidecar is a rare donut shop that has a fancy espresso machine. This is their Vietnamese iced coffee. That's a 10.
Next, we have dulce de leche churro.
This tastes exactly like an apple cider donut, with this drizzle of really thick dulce de leche. It's on the dry side, but this is still a 7.
Next, we have huckleberry.
It's like the best blueberry muffin you've ever had in cake donut form. It's moist, there's a little bit of almond in there. 10.
Last, we have salted malted chocolate chip cookie dough.
This is another fantastic cake donut. There's chocolate chips all throughout. The cookie dough in the center is a bit grainy for me. 8. Stick to the cake donuts at Sidecar. Don't get the Rys Donuts. Overall, I'm giving Sidecar Donuts and Coffee an 8 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're at Bob's Coffee and Donuts. Located in the original farmer's market, they've been open since 1947.
Starting with our classic raised and glazed. This donut is just okay for me. It's really dense, it's a bit dry. The flavor's good, I like the glaze, but this is a 5. Bob's did not have our second control donut, but they did have a vanilla cake with chocolate frosting. This donut is very dry. I like the fudgy icing, but this donut is dry and bland. 3.
Next up, we have one of their most popular donuts, the New Orleans beignet.
I've only been to New Orleans once, but I'm pretty sure beignets are not supposed to be dense and chewy. This is so dry. 2. Trying the coffee. The coffee is good. They just have brewed coffee. This is one of the cutest donuts I've ever seen. The icing is really good. It tastes like an American buttercream. Same issue as the other donuts, it is dry, but I like that this has a nice crisp golden exterior. 7. Next we have a chocolate glazed. I feel bad. I almost never give places bad ratings. Maybe this is Bob's thing? Like dry, dense donuts? I don't know. I do like the icing, so I'll give this a 4. Last we have the Raspberry Bismarck. The raspberry is artificial, cornstarchy gloop, definitely from a can. I like powdered sugar, but this is excessive. This is edible, but not good. 2. I get a lot of comments on my donut reviews that are like, I've never had a donut that I liked. I feel like these are the donuts that people are eating. And these are still at least a full step above Dunkin'. But for an LA donut, underwhelming. Overall, I'm giving Bob's Coffee and Donuts a 3 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to Krispy Kreme. They're a big chain, but they've been around since 1937, and there's a lot of them in LA. And when I heard about the Dolly Parton collab, I had to go.
Starting with the original glaze. There's a reason so many people love these. It's like biting into sugary air. They're so light, this weighs nothing, but it tastes like canola oil. 4. Krispy Kreme does not have mini cake donuts, but they did have almost our second control donut. This is a chocolate cake glazed. Not too much chocolate flavor, but the cake is moist. I really like the glaze. 7. Next up, we have the Dolly Dazzler. Why was the white chocolate butterfly actually really good? The icing tastes like strawberry jam. I love the crunch from the crystallized sugar. Still don't love the base donut. 8. Next we have banana pudding pie. There's no G in pudding. There's not very much filling. I actually like the artificial banana icing on top. The pudding tastes like real bananas. It's a little bit too thick, but there needs to be like 3 times as much filling. I hope you guys don't think I'm being biased because I love Dolly Parton. Truthfully, this is a 6 out of 10. Next we have chocolate cream pie. The icing on this is so good. It tastes like a really high quality American buttercream, which sort of masks the canola oil donut base. 9. Last, we have the Peachy Keen Cobbler. This one is really bad. The artificial peach goo kind of tastes like menthol. Cobbler pieces on top are stale, and the donut is super dry. Barely edible. 2. Overall, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm rating Krispy Kreme a 6 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to Crafted Donuts in Koreatown.
Starting with our classic raised and glazed. Look at that. This is gold standard raised and glazed. The dough is fried to perfection. It melts in your mouth. It's so fluffy. Perfect amount of glaze, super fresh. 10. This is our second control donut. It's a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting. It could be a touch moister, but I love the crisp on the outside, and the frosting is a little bit of a darker chocolate than I'm used to. It's really good. 8. This is their ube donut. It's massive. I've always felt like ube tastes like cereal milk, so it really works with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. The icing is a little bit gummy for me, but there's so much flavor and the donut is perfect. 7. Next we have green tea. This one is vegan. Nice crisp on the outside, so much green tea flavor in the icing, but it is pretty dry. 5. Next we have their creme brulee donut. Love the crunchy brulee top. The filling tastes super artificial and almost bitter. 3. This is the cookie butter. The flavor in the icing is a little bit more muted in this one. It's not super sweet. If you like cookie butter, get this. For me, it's a 7. Next up, we have lemon poppy. The really nice guy working just put this in my box for free. The icing tastes like a lemon head. I don't love it, but this donut is a fresh, fluffy masterpiece. 6. Did I mention that all of this was $12? Overall, I'm rating Crafted Donuts an 8.5 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're at Flower Fresh Cream Donut. They are located inside the Rodeo Galleria in Koreatown.
This review is going to be a little bit different because Flower Fresh Cream Donut does not have either of our control donuts. These flavors are super unique. Let's start with the sweet potato cream. I've never had anything like this before. Icing and the donut and the filling are so cloud-like. This is amazing. This is a 9. Next up, we have the coffee brulee. Whoa. Pull apart fail. I'm speechless. The donut is fried to perfection. This brulee top tastes like brown butter and caramel, and there's so much of this delicious coffee filling. Strong 10 out of 10. Next is the misukaru. This is a popular Korean powder that has kind of a malty, nutty flavor. I feel like maybe they used rice flour in this donut because it has a little bit of chewiness to it. This cream is ridiculous. It's a wonderful sweet and salt balance, so much flavor. I've never had donuts like this. 10. This is their fluffy twist. Looks like a tempura shrimp. This is very similar to a classic raised twist, but with these nice moist cake crumbs on the outside. It's a little bit dense and a little bit wet for my liking, if that makes sense. I give this a 5. Next up, we have black sesame. There's mochi in there. The donut is good. I wish the black sesame flavor in the cream was a little bit richer. 6. Next, we have the poor blueberry milk cream that I defaced with black sesame. This is so good. It's another cloud-like donut filled with fresh whipped cream and topped with blueberries. I wish there were more berries on top or in the donut, but this is still a 9. Overall, I'm giving Flower Fresh Cream Donut a 9 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to Papillon International Bakery. They have other items but are best known for their fried-to-order ponchik, which are Armenian donuts.
This is going to be a fun one because I don't know which filling is in which donut because they all look the same. I do know that this is the plain unfilled one though, so let's start with this. The texture is a lot more dense and chewy than your average raised donut, but the flavor is amazing. It's fresh, golden, fried dough perfection. This would go so well with coffee. I don't know what this is. Let's bite into it and find out. The custard filling is a little bit cornstarchy for me, but this is a 7. Okay, mystery donut number 2. All right, it's a fun game. Oh, apricot! This apricot jam works so well with the donut base. It's a tiny bit cornstarchy, but it's so good. 9. All right, your guess is as good as mine. It's Nutella. This is the correct amount of filling. I'm not the biggest Nutella fan, but in this donut, it works so well. 10. This cannot be improved. This has to be the dulce de leche. What else did I get? Not to freak anyone out, but there's a hair. That's really good dulce de leche. Again, in these kind of chewy, deep fried dough pockets where the dough base is not super sweet, it works so well. Without the hair, 10. With the hair, 9. I've never had donuts like this before. I feel like I can't really compare them to anything else. Overall, I'm giving Papillon International Bakery an 8.5 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to a Cambodian-owned classic in Los Feliz, Daily Donuts.
I have 8 donuts here, and all of this was exactly $8. Starting with our classic raised and glazed. It's a little bit smushed. It's fresh, it's fluffy. I'm tasting a little bit of buttermilk in there. Icing's a little bit thick on the top and there's none on the bottom. Still an 8 out of 10. Daily Donuts did not have any cake donuts. I don't know if that's like a regular thing or if they were just sold out. I am a bit of a late riser. They did have a lot of filled donuts. I think this is a Boston cream. Vanilla custard inside is really good. I wish there was 3 times as much of it though. Icing's really good too. Again, wish there was more of it. It's a little inconsistent. 5. Next up, we have a jelly filled. The donut's really good. The jam is very mid. Cornstarchy gloop and there's like a tablespoon of it. 5.
This one is so cute.
Somehow this is not overly sweet. I love the vanilla icing. 9. This maple bar has had a rough day. These are both a touch dry, but the quality is still there. This icing is Mrs. Butterworth's perfection. 9. 6. This donut is literally bigger than my head.
The woman working said this was her favorite.
Whoa. I think this is in my top 10 best donuts ever. It has a cinnamon filling that's exactly like a tiger tail. The crumb on the outside reminds me of a coffee cake. 12 out of 10. Last up, we have a maple cream filled. Really good maple glaze as well. 8. Overall, I'm giving Daily Donuts a 7.8 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to DKs Donuts in Santa Monica. This Cambodian-owned shop has been open 24/7 since 1981.
Starting with our classic raised and glazed. It's fresh, it's fluffy, it's very lightly glazed. I personally like a little bit more glazed, but this is still an 8 out of 10. We have our second control donut. This is a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting. The donut is very dry, and I'm tasting more artificial molasses than chocolate in the icing. It's not terrible, but 3.
Next, we have this adorable ice cream sundae donut.
So this is topped with this incredible American buttercream. The donut is not glazed, so it's not too sweet overall somehow. The waffle cone pieces are still crunchy. Amazing donut, amazing toppings. 10. This is their matcha Oreo cronut.
Look at these layers.
These layers are crisp, delicate, flaky. The icing has so much matcha flavor. A little bit of that bitter, oily aftertaste, but this is still an 8.
Next up, we have banana cream.
This is one of the softest donuts I've ever had. The filling tastes like banana pudding, but it's extremely sweet, even for me. 7.
Last, we have strawberry cheesecake.
Cheesecake component is very subtle in flavor. I wish it was a little bit tangier. This is still so well composed. 9 out of 10. I say skip the classics at DK's and get the fancy donuts. That's really where they shine. I've never seen this many different types of donuts in one shop. Overall, I'm giving DK's Donuts an 8.5 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to Trejos Coffee and Donuts. This shop was opened in 2017 by the legendary Hollywood actor himself, Danny Trejo, who happens to be an LA native.
Starting with our classic raised and glazed. This is super soft, fluffy, fresh, perfect amount of glaze. It's a little bit dense for my liking though. 8. I got their Mexican latte, which has horchata in it. It's really good. Treyjos did not have our second control donut today, but they did have their very popular abuelita. If you're unfamiliar, this is a Mexican style hot chocolate. It's another super fresh, fluffy donut. This icing is everything. It's flavorful, it's not too sweet, it definitely tastes like abuelita. 10. My husband gets told pretty often that he looks like Danny Trejo, and I'm always like, which era? Not that there's a bad era. Danny Trejo is a very handsome man.
This is their cumpleaños buttermilk glaze.
I was a little disappointed that they didn't have cake donuts, but these raised donuts are so good. Love the flavor of the buttermilk glaze. Another fantastic donut. 10.
Their quinceañera, it has a strawberry milk glaze.
It's not bad, but I'm not getting any strawberry flavor from the glaze, and the fruity pebbles are stale. 4. Last up, we have this maple twist that is vegan. You guys might be wondering why I only did 5 donuts instead of 6 like I normally do. Trejos only had 5 donuts left. I've gone here before at noon and they're completely sold out of donuts. Look how dense this is. I love the flavor of the glaze. It tastes like real maple syrup, but this dough is super dense. It kind of tastes like sourdough. 3. Overall, I'm rating Trejos Coffee and Donuts an 8.6 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to SKs Donuts and Croissant. This mom and pop neighborhood favorite has been open since 1989.
Starting with our classic raised and glazed. It's fluffy, melts in your mouth, perfect amount of glaze. A tiny bit of oil aftertaste, but this is still a 9. SK does not have very many cake donuts, so they did not have our second control donut, but they did have this chocolate-covered old-fashioned. The icing has a nice fudgy flavor, but the cake is a little bit dense. Some very artificial, almost chemical flavors coming through. 5. This is their peanut butter and jelly, which happens to be vegan. No one would ever know that this is vegan. The donut is fresh and fluffy. Jelly filling is that classic strawberry jelly filling. This peanut butter icing is so rich in flavor. 10. Next we have their very popular apple fritter. Wow. I don't even like apple fritters. The inside is soft and a little bit gooey, and the outside is crisp with the perfect amount of glaze. Real juicy apples, no oily aftertaste. 10. Next we have strawberry cheesecake. This is another fantastic donut base. The cheesecake icing is insane. I wish there was more of it and that it was a filling, because there's a graham cracker element on top too. There's a little bit of strawberry jam and fresh strawberries. 9. Last we have their strawberry custard cronut. So this place is called SK Donuts and Croissant. They didn't have any croissants, but they had a lot of cronuts. The layers are a little bit dense, but this is still a really good cronut. This custard filling, 8. Overall, I'm rating SK's Donuts and Croissant a 9 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to an entirely gluten-free shop. This is Fōnuts. About half of their donuts are vegan as well.
Fōnuts does not make raised donuts, only cake donuts. Close enough to our first control donut is their vanilla. Texture is impressive. Super moist, it has a nice delicate crumb. I'm getting a strange flavor though, it kind of tastes like potato starch. Glaze is not good. I feel like the glaze should be the easiest part on a gluten-free donut. I give this a 4. Next we have their double chocolate. Wait. I can usually always taste if something's gluten-free. Not this. I think this is the first gluten-free baked good that I've ever loved. It doesn't really taste like a donut to me, it just tastes like a really good chocolate cake. 9. Next we have strawberry shortcake. Again, I can't believe this is gluten-free. It tastes like a really good strawberry muffin. Real strawberries in the donut and in the glaze. 7. This is their churro. This is vegan as well. Oh, the aftertaste is really bad. At the front of the palate, I was getting cinnamon, streusel, and then that aftertaste hit. Expired cornstarch? Why does it taste like potatoes? This was a wild ride. Not one that I ever want to take again. 2. Next, we have pancakes and maple syrup. Oh no, this is vile. That was really bad. I love maple syrup. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna try to describe this to you guys. Expired blackstrap molasses from like the year 1950, mixed with how retinol smells, mixed with chalk. I feel like the cake of this is probably fine, but this is inedible. 1. Last up, we have black and white. This one is also vegan. This half has the same vanilla icing that was on the first donut that I didn't like. This half has the chocolate icing that I do like. The texture of this one is not as good. It's very crumbly, not as moist. 3. This is dedicated to all of my gluten-free viewers. I really feel for you guys. Overall, I'm giving Fōnuts a 6.7 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and so far I've been to 17 shops. Many of you have requested a spreadsheet with the rankings in order, so here that is today. I'm gonna move out of the way right now so you can take a screenshot if you want to. These are all of the shops I've tried so far, just the area of Los Angeles that they're in and their overall ranking in order. I always get comments asking, what's a control donut? A control and an experiment is just a constant. So in this case, a classic raised and glazed donut and a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting donut. Those are 2 classics that most shops have, so we're not always comparing apples to oranges. My overall ranking of each shop is not necessarily an average of each of the scores that the donuts got. The overall score factors in uniqueness, freshness, creativity, quality of product. Things that I don't factor into the score are customer service and price. I feel like price is relative and I don't really care if employees are nice to me or not. Thank you guys so much for all of the positive feedback on this series. I was not expecting so many people to like it. There are thousands of donut shops in Los Angeles, so really we're just getting started.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to an old school spot that's been on Santa Monica Boulevard for decades. Let's try McGee's.
Starting with our classic raised and glazed. I love the amount of air that this donut has in it. The glaze is also perfect, but it is quite dry on the inside. 6.
Next we have our second control donut. This is a chocolate cake with chocolate icing.
Looks like we've got some marbling going on in here, okay. Texturally, this is perfect. It's moist, it has a nice delicate crumb, but I don't know what's going on with this flavor. It's bitter, it kind of tastes like air freshener. 2. Next we have a cinnamon crumb. I like the cinnamon crumb, but the donut is very dry and I'm getting again this strange bitter aftertaste from the glaze. 4.
Next we have a maple old-fashioned.
This is a fantastic old-fashioned donut. Cakey texture melts in your mouth. It has a crisp golden exterior and this icing is really good. It's somewhere between Mrs. Butterworth's and butterscotch. 10.
Next we have a classic buttermilk.
I love this glaze and there's just the right amount of it, but the cake is very dry and has an artificial butter flavor. 4.
Last up we have a lemon filled.
I love super artificial lemon flavors. I love real lemon flavors. This tastes like Hall's cough drops. I was not planning on giving Gordon Ramsay today, but this is the worst donut I've ever had in my life. 0 out of 10. For those of you who are like, she spits out all the donuts. I didn't even spit that out. That was truly disgusting. Overall, I'm rating McGee's a 5 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to one of LA's newest donut shops, Moonbridge Donut Studio.
Starting with our classic raised and glazed. This glaze is outstanding. I think it has a hint of honey in it. The donut is fresh, fluffy, and golden. The touch dense, but honestly, I'm nitpicking. 8 out of 10.
Moonbridge did not have our second control donut, which is a chocolate cake chocolate frosting, but they did have this vanilla sprinkle cake.
Cake has a creamy vanilla flavor and a nice delicate crumb. Some cake donuts are baked, but I much prefer the ones that are fried, and this is definitely fried. It has a nice crispy exterior. Love the crunch from the sprinkles. 10.
Next we have their chili cheese tots. This has a miso honey mustard glaze.
There's also plant-based chili and queso in this. I'm a sucker for a weird savory donut, and this one really hits. Tots are nice and crispy, the donut is fresh and fluffy, and this glaze. It's sweet, salty, a little bit spicy. As somebody who doesn't eat meat, I don't like the chili. Texture is rubbery and it doesn't have much flavor. This donut without the chili, 10. With the chili, 7. Next we have the strawberry sugar. This one is dry and I'm not getting any strawberry flavor. It was labeled wrong. 5.
Next up we have their apple fritter.
This is a really well executed apple fritter. It's crisp on the outside, gooey on the inside. Lots of perfectly tender real apples. The glaze is too thick. Still an 8 out of 10. Last we have their maple glazed apple fritter, and you might be thinking, Janie, why did you get 2 apple fritters? These are all the donuts that they had left. Girl Working said this is not reflective of their normal selection. They usually have way more donuts. Okay, I'm actually really glad I got both because I don't really like this. This one is more dense, pretty dry, and this maple icing has no maple flavor. 4. Overall, I'm rating Moonbridge Donut Studio an 8.6 out of 10.
I'm trying every donut shop in LA, and today we're going to a shop that you might recognize as Sadie's from the hit show Dexter. It wasn't a set, it's a real donut shop in Long Beach. Their real name isn't Sadie's though, it's Broadway Donuts.
Starting with our classic raised and glazed. This is light as a cloud, fresh, fluffy, perfect amount of glaze. 10. The TV show Dexter is set in Miami, but 99% of it is filmed in Long Beach. It's one of the greatest television shows of all time in my opinion, but if you live in LA, it's very funny to see Miami so obviously Long Beach.
Next up, our second control donut. This is a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting.
Texture of this reminds me of a muffin, and there's not a whole lot of chocolate flavor, but I do really like this fudgy glaze. 6.
Next up, we have a maple bar.
The donut is fresh with a lightly crisp golden exterior. Star of this though is the icing. It tastes like salted caramel with a little hint of artificial maple. 10.
Next, we have their blueberry cake.
It's moist, it's delicate like an angel food cake, but with a crisp fried exterior. Vanilla glaze is exceptional. Are these real blueberries? Absolutely not. It's the less bougie version of Sidecar. This is a third of the price of theirs as well, so 10.
Next up, we have a classic jelly filled.
This is so light and fluffy, it melts in your mouth. I don't love the artificial red goo, but it is so nostalgic.
8. Last up, we have their buttermilk.
Texture is on point. Perfect amount of sweetness. There is a bit of that artificial butter flavor. Still a near perfect buttermilk donut. 8. This is obviously not the shop to come to for a vegan donut or something really fancy, but they do the classics really well. Overall, I'm rating Broadway Donuts an 8.9 out of 10.